Question number 16. What were you like when you were a kid? For the most part, I was pretty much like how I am now. I was and I wasn't. Like, I was shy, and I still am shy. I was really artistic, and obviously I'm still really artistic. I had a good imagination, but then again, what kid doesn't? I spent most of my time drawing. I drew a lot, but one difference that I had is that I had a lot of friends, and I wasn't afraid of talking to people. As, like, when I got into my preteen years, my social anxiety started to, come through. And I'm not afraid of talking to people anymore, but when I couldn't talk to anybody. So I guess that ties into the whole shy thing. Like, they always said I was shy as a kid, so I don't know. I wasn't exactly like brooding or anything, or I wasn't just sitting around sulking like, poor me. I was very happy as a kid. I always wanted to play new games. I was always playing with my sisters and some friends from school. And I was a straight A student, pretty much like how I am now. I know, look at this face. This is a face of a straight A student. Question number 17. Do you do DIY, and would you make a video of how to make something? Heart. Well, heart back, first of all. Second of all, I do DIY, like I mentioned earlier, and the problem is I'm such a procrastinator that when I do make something, I keep forgetting to film it. And I do have several ideas of what I'm going to DIY and make a video about. It's just the issue of getting it done. I make things like nose chains, I made this hair clip, I make all kinds of things, so I promise within a month I will get a DIY video done, because I really have to get off my ass and start doing that. Question number 18. Do you make your dreadfalls or buy them? I make them because buying them is incredibly expensive. I would buy them if I could afford it because they're so freaking hard. Well, they're not hard to make, they're just really tedious. I've been making them for 7 years now. And, I don't know, they've gotten a lot easier to make over the years. I found a good technique to use, I have a steamer, I backcomb them. It's just the fact that it's so freaking boring to do. And not to mention it makes my arms tired. Question 19. What brand of cigarettes do you smoke? Lol. Benson & Hedges 100s, because my sister brought them up from the border and they're cheap. When I want to, I usually smoke Pall Mall Bolds, which are $6 a pack, which isn't bad at all. But I don't know, I just smoke these now because they're what's available. Question number 20. 2 people asked this one. When did you consider yourself to be different from everyone else and realize my gothiness, and how was it? I always kind of knew I was different, not goth per se, but definitely different. I found that nobody else really thought like I did. I'm very introverted, I'm very observant, I notice a lot of things that a lot of people don't notice. And then when I first realized that I liked this is when my sister was going through a baby bat phase when she was 16 and I was 14. So she made a Vampire Freaks account. She would be looking at the people on Vampire Freaks and she showed them to me, and I would see them and I was just in awe. I was like, the whole time, like, and then I just spend time looking up goth people and looking at pictures of them and just obsessing over how they look and wanting to look like that. And then I started dressing a little weirder, and then weirder, and weirder, and eventually this. And how was it? It was awkward because of my baby bat phase, and it was, like I said, it was just so inspiring because, like, I used to see people in clothes and, like, be like, meh, whatever, it's just clothes. But once I saw goth clothes, I was like, wow, I want to wear that, goddamn. Question number 21. What is on your bucket list? If you don't have one, what is your dream job? I do not have a bucket list, but I make some things up, like, randomly when I see something. That's what I want to do before I die. One of them involves throwing popcorn at a TV host. Only one person in the world is going to get that, and if you're watching, hi. My dream job would be anything to do with drawing by myself and getting paid for it somehow. And selling my paintings, it's a job, but it's not very stable, so I don't think I'll ever get my dream job, but I'm doing what I can to get something close to it. Okay, two different people asked about my tattoos. The first person asked, what is your favorite tattoo piece that you have? My favorite tattoo is probably my bats. They're going all the way down, like, my neck and my shoulder, into this, like, haunted house scene down here. I like them the best because I like bats, and because of the way they look on my body, I really like it. Also, for your biggest tattoo, how many hours did it take in total for it to be finished? Most of my tattoos are not finished. This is probably my biggest one. It's like a tentacle lady that I drew. And I also have a haunted house scene, like I said, on this arm. That actually is probably my biggest one. And both of them have at least 6 hours in them already. And the thing about my skin and tattoos is that it's really hard to tattoo. My artists keep commenting like, oh my god, your skin is like a leather boot. And the second person asked, how many tattoos do I have, and could I talk about some if I'm willing? Okay, I'll talk about a few. Let's see. I have more than I can count. Like, when people ask me how many I have, I'm like, I don't even know. I'm thinking somewhere ballpark around 50. And yeah, I have an ankh right here. And that was my most painful tattoo. I have Frankenstein on my hand. My knuckles say dead girl, because I'm in love with zombies. I have a crab on my wrist because I'm a Cancer. I have Nosferatu over here. I have Depeche Mode lyrics right here. I have my cat's name because I'm awesome. I don't know, I have a bunch more, but you know, I'm probably going to do a more in-depth video on my tattoos because it's something I get asked very, very often. Question number 23. If you could meet anyone, living or dead, who would you meet? This is such a hard question to answer. I'll just say one person or persons living and one person or persons who are dead because it's really hard for me to narrow it down. Living, I would probably say Depeche Mode because they're my favorite band. I'm going to see them in September, but I probably won't meet them because I'm far enough back that I can't really reach out and touch Faith. You see what I did there? I see what I did there. I just want to tell them like how much inspiration their music has been to me and how they've changed, you know, my outlook on a lot of things because of their meaningful lyrics and whatnot and all that sappy stuff. Dead, I'd say, is a tie between Edgar Allan Poe and Elizabeth Bathory. Oh my god, cliche attack! Yes, I know it's cliche, but those who I want to meet, I think they're both very interesting people and I would love to just sit down and have a conversation with them. Number 24. What are your 6 favorite pieces of jewelry? I don't know why 6, but okay. Let me fetch something here. This is probably my favorite. It's my little ankh that was in my bag in my What's in My Bag video. I usually wear it as an earring on this ear, just one dangly earring. I also wear it as a necklace. It's just one of my favorite pieces. Another one would be my skeleton hands necklace, which is right here. I like it and it matches this. I swear, I'm never used to this webcam thing. Another one would be my skull nose chain. It has 2 little skulls on it, made from a pair of earrings. Another would be my Frankenstein necklace. It's on a ribbon right now, but this is gorgeous, and I got it at a convention about 3 years ago. There's also my bat earrings. They're 2 little silver bats that I got from a Halloween store. They're so nice, but once my ears get too big to wear them, I don't know, I'll make them into something else. I'm still wearing these either way. And finally, there's my blood vial necklace. It's dried up for the most part. Yes, it's real blood. No, I'm not going to talk about it, but it's very meaningful to me, and yeah. Number 25. If you could have one power, what would it be and why? I'd probably say either mind reading or telepathy. Telepathy is where you can move things around with your mind. I always thought that was really cool, so yeah. Number 26. What inspired you or gave you the drive to make your video blogs? Was it a way to voice your opinions or to share your advice? This is a really good question. The reason I started making my video blogs was because I felt there were a lot of things on YouTube that haven't really been touched on yet. The main thing was the fat goths thing. I know it has been touched on in the past, but really not from an overweight person's perspective. I know it took me a little while to actually get it out there, but once I did, it did get a very positive response, and I'm really glad that people are hearing about it. So I did it, you know, to reach people that, you know, felt like they didn't have an answer or didn't have a YouTube video that's talking specifically about them and that is catered to them. And another reason is just plain shits and giggles. Like, I think making videos is fun. I like editing. I like the whole process. I like to share my opinion, and I like when other people agree with me. I also like when they don't agree with me, oddly enough, because it gives us something to talk about. It gets a dialogue and a conversation going, so I really enjoy that. Question number 27. What does love mean to you? That's a really deep question. I'm going to look at it from my perspective, obviously, which is the asexual perspective. Love, to me, means wanting to know every single thing about a person. Like, wanting to know everything that happened to them, all their secrets, everything about them so you can become a part of them and they can become a part of you. Love is when you can feel them loving you and you love them back, and it's just the mutual feeling of caring for one another. I know it's kind of vague and it's kind of cliche, but that's just what came out of my mouth right now, so yeah. Question number 28. What are some of your quirks, some of the odd things you do? I don't know if what I necessarily do is that odd, but people have told me I'm an oddball, so let me name some off. Let's see, I bite my nails. When I'm nervous, I like to peel off my nail polish. I do a lot of things with my nails, like I peel off my black nail polish and I have to keep reapplying it because whenever I'm bored or nervous, I peel it off. I make these noises a lot. I do random little dances in the kitchen. Oh, I also like to lay on floors. The kitchen floor is very comfortable. I don't know why I like tile floors, but Question number 29. Has YouTube changed something in your life, and is it a good change or a negative one? Also a very good question. YouTube has changed my life definitely a lot because I have a lot of internet exposure. A lot of people are, you know, talking to me that I never would have met otherwise. So it's positive in the aspect that I'm, one, reaching people and giving them something to hope for, and two, making them feel more comfortable about themselves. So it's definitely positive in the fact that I've gotten so many comments and messages of people telling me how I've given them more confidence, and that's really valuable to me because I want people to stop caring about what other people think of them and just live for themselves, because that's pretty much my mantra. If anything, the negative change in my life would have been the fact that I'm just swamped. Like, it's made me a lot more busy and made me have to pay attention to technology in my computer a lot more, which I never really used to a lot, so it's really hard to keep up with, but that's a minute change if anything. I think YouTube has changed my life for the better, actually, because it's also helped me become more talkative and more open around people, which is great for my social anxiety because I learn how to grin and bear it and actually talk to people and not be afraid to approach people that I want to talk to. And question number 30. What's your favorite item that you've collected? I'm not that much of a sentimental person, per se, but I do have quite a few favorite random items, but I will show you some of the weird things that I have, just for the sake of showing them. In this little box here, I have a little box, and it has some teeth in it. I love teeth. These are my sister Lexi's wisdom teeth. I will show you. This one is the only perfectly intact one. It's entirely, like, the whole tooth. And I want to, like, wire wrap it and make it into an earring or a necklace or a charm of some sort. It's just really gorgeous. I like to collect these types of things. Some of them are broken and in fragments. I also have a bunch of my baby teeth, but I like this one a lot, even though it's broken because the root is showing like that. See? The little points. Again, my ankh is very, very treasured. And also I have my dolls up there on my shelf. They're very favorite, but can't really say I collected them because I did, but then I painted most of them. One of them isn't painted, but I do like to modify my dolls and things like that. Another favorite item that I've collected is, this is from the beach last year. I painted an Eye of Horus on it with my white Sharpie, but it's actually a necklace I can put a ribbon through because this rock came with a hole in it. Like, I found this rock on the beach, on the shore, with the hole in it, and I was like, that is so cool. I can make it into a necklace. So I painted the Eye of Horus on it, and I wear it sometimes. So we're done. That was a lot of questions, but I really enjoyed answering them. Hopefully I'll be able to do another Q&A video sometime in the future. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.